Dear students, today we'll study about nutrition in animals. First is nutrition in amoeba. As we know that this type of nutrition is holozoic nutrition, where entire food particle is taken inside the body. As amoeba is unicellular animal, it is living in water and it is taking food particle with the help of pseudopodia. So these pseudopodia, they capture food particle, engulf it inside their body, making food vacuole, and then this is the egestion, that intake of food inside the body of amoeba with the help of food vacuole. And then inside food vacuole some enzymes are there which help in digestion and assimilation. Finally, this undigested food, it is moving out with the help of process of ingestion. So undigested food is then sent out through the surface of cell. So similarly, in case of human beings, now in case of human beings, we know that same type of nutrition is there, which is holozoic in nature. Now here nutrition occurs in digestive system and it consists of mainly two parts. One is alimentary canal and another one is glands, which produce enzyme and which help in breakdown of food into smaller molecules. So normally when we have to study digestive system, we first of all study about parts of digestive system. Parts of digestive system. We know that buccal cavity, it starts with mouth, then this food pipe is esophagus, after that stomach, and then small intestine, large intestine is there. Now it will be more clear from this figure. You can check mouth, and this buccal cavity is actually having mouth, teeth, tongue and palate. From here food moves to esophagus or food pipe. In between there is pharynx. From food pipe or esophagus, food moves to stomach, and then from stomach to small intestine. Here you will check this J-shaped part is duodenum. From duodenum it moves to this part, that is ileum, and this part is jejunum, which is connected with the cecum. Cecum is having extended part which is known as appendix. It is useless vestigial organ. Cecum is connected with colon and then rectum and finally anus. So these are different parts of digestive system. Now there are some glands also which help in digestion. First gland is salivary gland, which is present in mouth. It is present in tongue portion or under the tongue. And second glands, these are present in stomach region. Then here liver is also present, which also helps in its juices, like bile juices. They help in, bile helps in digestion of food. Then pancreas, third one, and after that intestinal glands are present inside the intestine. Now how this digestive system works? First of all, food is broken into smaller pieces by teeth and it is mixed with saliva from salivary glands. Saliva contains enzyme salivary amylase and which converts starch into sugar. Then food passes through esophagus into stomach. Now what happens in stomach? Gastric glands, they produce gastric juices which contains enzyme pepsin, HCl and mucus. Pepsin breaks down proteins. Hydrochloric acid makes the food medium acidic, helps in action of pepsin. Finally, mucus protects the walls of stomach from the action of acid. Then food passes into small intestine. In small intestine, food is mixed with bile from liver and pancreatic juices from pancreas. Bile breaks down fats into smaller globules. Pancreatic juices break enzyme trypsin and lipase. Trypsin breaks down proteins and lipase breaks down fats. In the small intestine glands, the walls of the small intestine produces intestinal juices. These enzymes of the intestinal juice converts carbohydrates into glucose, fats into fatty acids and glycerol, proteins into amino acids. The walls of small intestine has several finger-like projections called villi, having blood vessels. It helps to increase the surface area of absorption of digested food. The digested food is absorbed by the blood and transported to all cells in the body. Then the undigested food passes into large intestine. In the large intestine, water is absorbed and the waste material is removed through the anus. Now I'll explain one by one about the process. Now first process is ingestion. In ingestion, food is taken inside through mouth and masticated by teeth, turned into bolus by tongue, and food is softened with saliva. Then second part is digestion. It starts in mouth with the help of salivary amylase enzyme. Carbohydrates are digested in mouth with the help of salivary amylase enzyme, and it is broken into glucose or starch. Then when food from mouth, it moves to esophagus, and from esophagus to stomach. Then in stomach, gastric glands are there, which secrete HCl. It makes food acidic. Killing microorganisms present in food. And it also activates pepsin enzyme. Pepsin digests proteins into peptides. After stomach, food enters into intestine, and that is small intestine. Before this, liver secretes bile, and it helps in emulsification of fats. Emulsification of fats means breaking down fats into smaller particles. Similarly, pancreas also secretes pancreatic juices, which is having trypsin and lipase. Trypsin helps in digestion of proteins, and lipase break fats into fatty acids. Now after this process, next what happens? After digestion, absorption. Absorption, which is occurring in small intestine with the help of intestinal juices. Intestinal juices. So there are three types of intestinal juices, like carbohydrate, then protease, and finally lipases are there. So here carbohydrate is finally broken down into glucose. Proteins are finally broken down into amino acids. Fats are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. So in this way, by the process of digestion, all these carbohydrates, proteins and fats, these are the complex forms, are broken into simpler forms. Finally, in small intestine, villi are present. These are finger-like projections, which are having blood vessels. So by the process of diffusion, these particles, these simpler particles, they are absorbed in blood, and villi, they help in increasing absorptive surface area. Finally, another process occurs which is known as assimilation. In this process, absorbed food is transported to different organs, tissues and cells through blood. Then in the undigested food moves to large intestine, where after absorption of water, waste is secreted out through anus. So this is about whole process, that how this digestion occurs, like ingestion occurs in the mouth. So ingestion, that is intake of food, occurs in mouth, digestion in stomach, and then absorption in blood, absorption of food in blood in small intestine, assimilation also in small intestine, and finally egestion, that is absorption of water, that occurs in large intestine. So this completes entire process of digestion and all the organs of digestive system. Thank you.